Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Radha Madhav Ju ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samved Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Om Vishnu Paramahansa Paribrajakachaja Ashtotar Satashi Shriman. His Divine Grace, the Boy Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Jayananta Kota Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivashari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय, श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवदीप सीमायपुर धाम की जय, गंगमय की जय, जमुनमय की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, जय निताय गो प्रेमानंदी हरि बोल, समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Glories to Srila Prabhu. Om Vishnu Padaya. Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinam Namati Saraswati Devi Gaura Vishnu. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 9, text, Canto 9, Chapter 5, text 25. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Evam vidhaneka guna sha raja paramatmani brahmani vasudeve kriya kalapai samuvaha bhaktim yaya virinchan nirayam chakra evam vidhaneka guna sarupa raja paramatmani brahmani vasudeve kriya kalpai samuvaha bhaktim yaya vinchan nirayam chakra evam vidhaneka gunasarajo haratmani brahmani vasudeve kriya kalapai samudva bhaktim yaya virichan niram chakra evam vidhaneko luguna saraja haratmani brahmani vasudeve kriya kalpai samuvaha bhaktim yaya vincham nirayam chakra evam vidhaneka gunasarajo paramamani brahmani vasudeve kriya kalapai samuvaha bhaktim yaya virinchayan niram chakra evam vidhaneka gunasaraja brahmani vasudeve bhaktim yaya virinchayan niram chakra. Mataji. aneka guna saraja Paratmani Brahmani Vasudeve Kriya Kalapai Samuta Bhaktim Jaya Virincintyam Niryan Evam Vinaneka Guna Saraja Paratmani Brahmani Vasudevi Kriya Kalavai Samahavakim Jayavim Sayam Niyam. Evam, in this way, Vida Oneka Guna, endowed with varieties of good qualities. Saha, he, Maharaj Ambarish, Raja, the king, Paratmani, unto the super soul, Brahmani, unto Brahman, Vasudevi, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Vasudeva. Kriya Kalapaye. By practical activities. Samuvaha. Executed. Bhaktim. Devotional service. Yaya. By such activities. Avirinchan. Beginning from the topmost planet. Nirayan, down to the hellish planets. Chakara, he experienced that there is danger everywhere. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In this way, because of devotional service, Maharaj Ambarish, who was endowed with the varieties of transcendental qualities, was completely aware of Brahman, Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And thus he executed devotional service perfectly. Because of his devotion, he thought even the topmost planet in this material world is no better than the hellish planets. Please repeat. In this way, because of devotional service, Maharaj Ambarisha, who was endowed with varieties of transcendental qualities, was completely aware of Brahman, Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And thus he executed devotional service perfectly. Because of his devotion, he thought even the topmost planet of this material world is no better than the hellish planets. Purport. As exalted and pure devotee, an exalted and pure devotee like Maharaj Ambarish is in full awareness of Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. In other words, a devotee of Vasudeva, Krishna, is in full knowledge of the other features of the Absolute Truth. The Absolute Truth is realized in three features: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Brahmati Paramatmati Bhagavan iti sabdyate. The devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, knows everything. Vasudeva Sarvam iti. Because Vasudeva, Krishna, includes both Paramatma and Brahman. One does not have to realize Brahman by the yoga system, for the devotee is always thinking of Vasudeva. He is the topmost yogi. Yogi namapi sarvesham. And as far as jnana is concerned, if one is a perfect devotee of Vasudeva, he is the greatest Mahatma. Vasudevaya. Sarvamiti Samahatma Shadulava. A Mahatma is one who has full knowledge of the absolute truth. Thus Maharaj Ambarish, being a devotee of the personality of Godhead, was in full awareness of Brahman, full awareness of Paramatma. Brahman, Maya, the material world, the spiritual world, and how things are going on everywhere. Everything is known to him. Yasmim vigyati sarvam ivam vigyatam bhavati. Because the devotee knows Vasudeva, he knows everything within the creation of Vasudeva. Vasudeva sarvam iti samahatma sadulabha. Such a devotee does not give much value to the highest standard of happiness within this material world. Narayana para sarvi na kutaschana vibhati sarvaga pavarga varnak narakishu opi tulyarata darshina. Srimad Bhagavatam 6:17-28. Because he is fixed in devotional service, a devotee does not regard any person in the material world as important. Srila Prabhu Saraswati has therefore written in the Chaitanya Chandamrita 5, Kevalam narakti yati tridasi kasha pushpati duratendriya kalasharpa patali prokata damsvatit Vishwam pona sukhayati vidi mahindriya cha kirtadyat tad karuna kataksha vaibhava bhatami gurami vashtuma. For one who becomes a pure devotee through devotional service to great personalities like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kaivalya, or merging into Brahman, appears no better than hell. As far as the heavenly planets are concerned, to a devotee they are like phantasmagoria or will-o'-the-wisp. And as far as the yogic perfection is concerned, the devotee does not care a fig for such perfection. Since the purpose of yogic perfection is achieved automatically by the devotee. This is all possible when one becomes a devotee of the Lord through the medium of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions. Om Agyantimidandasya Jananjanan Shalakayo Takshuram Militanjina Tasmaya Shri Gurvinma. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Kadata Shiva Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. So in this verse is showing the power of bhakti. Ambarish Maharaj was a great bhakti, and we are seeing in this chapter how the Lord even becomes subservient to the love of his devotees by bhakti. So here Ambarish Maharaj is famous. His example is often given, how he used his legs for walking to the temple, how he used his hands for cleaning the temple, how he used his nose for smelling the fragrance, how he saw the beautiful forms of the deities. In other words, all of his senses were constantly engaged in the Lord. And in this way, he's the perfect example of how we should engage our minds and bodies 24 hours a day in the service of Krishna. So Maharaj, he's not like just an ordinary devotee. he's doing all these different angas of bhakti, the niyam, he's following all these rules and regulations, but not exactly like we follow them. Generally we, like Kartik month, then we want to do some niyam seva, some extra services, some little bit, bathing in Ganga every day, or some reading a chapter of so many things, offering lamps to Damodar, eating special foodstuffs, habisham, things like that. But generally, when we are doing this, we're doing with an intention of, it's pious, it's good for. We gain something from this. We feel some spiritual improvement. We're making some spiritual advancement by following all these rules and regulations. But Maharaj is not. Ambrish is not thinking like that. He's doing the service out of love. He wants to go to the temple. He loves to go to the temple to see it. He loves to clean the temple. Everything he's doing with love. It's been awakened within Maharaj or Ambarish. We're trying to follow the niyam, the rules and regulations. But Maharaj Ambarish is not like that. In other words, he's on the more spontaneous platform. He's awakened his love for Krishna, or Krishna's awakened his love. And so that means always remembering Krishna. He had an attraction for Krishna. That's why he was doing all these services, constantly engaging in. He had attraction for Krishna. So that is always remembering Krishna. When we do it because it should be done. These are the rules and regulations. We'll get spiritual benefit. We'll get pious. We get so that's never forgetting Krishna. Two things. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So never forgetting Krishna, that is spontaneous devotional service. Well, you can't forget Krishna. You love someone, you can't forget them. You don't want to forget them. So that's always remembering Krishna. And if you can't do that, then here we have the second best, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. But we make all these, follow all the different rules of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. And this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give. He has come to give his seva. Actually, this purpose is all about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the conclusion. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namo Mahapradanaya, Krishna Prema Pradayati, Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurav. He's coming, he's giving. This is a unique contribution of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's come to give his own love. He is Krishna. He's Radha Krishna. So he's come to give his own love. Here, this is Mahaprabhu's mission. Just accept what he is giving. Here it is. Chant Krishna, holy names of Krishna, dance in ecstasy, take prasadam. If you can't do that, that's second best. Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, all the rules and regulations. So this is never forgetting Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving spontaneous love, if you can take it. If you cannot take it, okay, second best. Never forget Krishna. Okay, we'll go to Mangalarti, we get up, we take bath, with all these rules and regulations. So we never forget Krishna. So, Maharaj Ambarish, he set an example here as a great devotee, how he was using all of his assets and facilities in serving Krishna, but he was serving Krishna favorably. He had love for Krishna. So therefore he was having these realizations. He knew Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So therefore when you know Bhagavan, you also know Paramatma, you also know Brahman. Prabhupada's stressing it 3 or 4 times here. Vedanti tat vidas tat gyamam avyayam brahmaniti paramatmati bhagavaniti sabjati. in the Srimad Bhagavatam, that those who are knowers of the truth, they call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So 3 features of the absolute truth. Brahman is the impersonal aspect of the Lord, Paramatma is the localized aspect, and Bhagavan is the personality of Godhead. So this is the knowers of the truth. They are concluding, this is the truth. Knowers of the truth are concluding, this is what is to be known. Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So Ambarish has realized that, he's been, Bhagavan has revealed himself, so therefore automatically he knows what is Paramatma and he knows what is Brahman. So there are different stages to go. Prabhupada quoted this verse so many times. So the knowers of truth, they call this non-dual substance Brahman, Bhagavan, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So yes, as the absolute truth is revealed in these 3 features. So similarly, the living entity can also realize himself in 3 features, like Father, like Son. Prabhupada gives an example that Brahman realization, but the living entity, you can also realize yourself as Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. So a living entity can actually experience his eternal nature as the soul, as Brahman. And he can also, Prabhupada said, the living entity can also realize himself as localized. He said within the heart, the soul is there, it's egg-shaped and it's glowing. So Paramatma is a localized aspect, so the living entity can realize this aspect of understanding 3 features. Glowing egg-shaped. And the 3rd feature is his own swarup, his own eternal form, spiritual form. So just as Krishna has these 3 aspects, we are part and parcel of Krishna. We have these 3 aspects also. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, they correspond. So Brahman, understanding the soul, it's localized in the heart, and then understanding one's own spiritual form and its relationship with Krishna in devotional service. Like Father, like Son. And Prabhupada is pointing out here these different types of yoga. Yoginam Sarvasham, that's Yoginam api Sarvasham. Anyway, devotion service. A devotee of the Lord, he knows everything. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So, Bahunam Jamananti, this starts right now, forget. Bahunam Janmanti. Gyanavam. Uh, Gandhavam. Okay, I got it. The Prabhupada said that this verse, Bhavanam Jamnananti, Gyani Brahman becomes a Gyani after searching for the absolute truth. For thousands and thousands of births, Bahunam Janamananti, thousands and thousands of births of being a Gyani, then he comes to this position of realization of Vasudeva Sarvamiti, that Krishna is everything. Vasudeva means Krishna. He is everything, and he surrenders unto the Lord. So these different types of yoga that Krishna is speaking about, Prabhupada summarized them. He said, like karma yoga, those who are performing karma yoga, what is the result of karma yoga, or the perfection of karma yoga? That is yat ashi yat karosi, that whatever you do as an offering unto me. Whatever you eat, you offer to me. Whatever you give away in charity, you first do as an offering unto me. This is the perfection of karma yoga. So that means bhakti. Whatever you do for Krishna. That's bhakti. That's what Ambarish was doing. Whatever he was doing for Krishna. So the conclusion of karma yoga is bhakti. Do everything for me. And the yogi, the Gyani, Jnanam, Bahunam Jamananti, after thousands and thousands of births of being a Gyani, what is the result? Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sham Mahatma Sadulavi. He takes shelter at the lotus feet. Krishna, Vasudeva is everything. And he surrenders. He surrenders at that time. So that's the result of Gyan. After thousands of births, you bring it to the point of surrendering to Krishna. That's bhakti. So the purpose of Gyan is bhakti. Prabhupada also commenting on this verse, Krishna is saying, after thousands of births of being a Gyani, you come to this conclusion that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you surrender to his lotus feet. Prabhupada said, now I'm telling you the same thing. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You should surrender to him. Now, if you hear me, Prabhupada said, if you hear me and you surrender to Krishna, that means you skip thousands and thousands of births. Because you come to the conclusion of thousands and thousands of births of Gyan is to surrender to Krishna. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So this is by the power and the association of a devotee of the Lord, you can skip thousands and thousands of births. Therefore we were able to do this by Prabhupada's grace. Otherwise you cannot come to that position of bhakti. Krishna says in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, verse 28, that only those who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, all their sins are completely eradicated. They're free from all kinds of delusions. Only those can take to my devotional service. I say bye-bye, I can't come up to that standard. But that's the demand of Krishna. Only if you're free from all sinful activities from previous birth and this birth, you can take my devotional service. The Prabhu comes this here, chant Hare Krishna, do some devotional service, and immediately we're right off the street, and we have service by the association of a pure devotee. We get that service, which usually takes thousands and thousands of births. You get it in, actually, day one in ISKCON. Somebody comes to the temple, or you meet someone on the street, and what's the first thing you say? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You're not this body, you're the soul, you're... Really? I didn't know that. Yes, Krishna is the Supreme Person. Really? You have an eternal relationship? Really? I didn't know that we have a relationship with him. Come to the temple, I'll show you. We're going out on Bhakti, carry the bag for us. So you get Sambandha, you understand your identity as the eternal servant of Krishna, and you get service. So you get Sambandha Abhideya. The Sambandha takes thousands and thousands of births. That's the beginning you surrender to Krishna, the beginning of... Then next is the Seva. So how long does that take? How long does this... if it took you thousands of births to come to Sambandha connection, then... So then the Seva. You get Seva. We got some pots to wash. Can you help us? You begin, this is day one in ISKCON. The way Prabhupada established this society. Day one, you get Sambandha and Abhideya. If you not fortunate enough to meet a pure devotee, Bahunam Jamana, thousands and thousands of births you'll be going as a Jnani, looking for truth. So Jnani, the purpose of Jnani is to come to this conclusion of bhakti. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Krishna is everything, I surrender to him. And yoga systems, Krishna says, what does he say? Yogimam napi sarvesham. Yeah. Of all the yogis, Krishna says, which one is the best? One is always abiding within me, he's in me. He's the best. That is bhakti. Devotee means you're always residing in Krishna's heart, Krishna's always in. So the purpose of yoga is bhakti. So all these systems, specifically karma, jnana, yoga systems that Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita, they all culminate in bhakti, serving Krishna. So by the mercy of the pure devotee, then we can advancing our spiritual life. So Prabhupada is finishing this purport of Maharaj Ambarish, he saw everything, material objects as sense gratification is like a phantasmagoria, will-o'-the-wisp. It doesn't really exist. It's simply chasing an illusion. So Maharaj Ambarish realized his whole kingdom and everything was an illusion. He knew how to use it in Krishna's service, so he's the example. But most people, they don't know how to use it. They don't know the purpose. And therefore they're bound up in this illusion, trying to enjoy this so-called material happiness. And they don't care for any kind of materialistic perfections. King Ambarish had so many things. Generally a king, an emperor, he wants more. It's the nature of a king, he wants more. But Ambarish saw everything else as just phantasmagoria. So Prabhupada Saraswati's verse is quoted here that he is seeing like hell, merging into Brahman, which is the goal of the Jnani, the devotee, Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur specifically, is saying this is like hellish. It's the goal of the Jnanis. Huh? This is hellish. Worse than hell. Merging into the Brahman is worse than hell. Because Krishna is not found in the impersonal Brahman. But sometimes he goes to hell. Like Varahadev, he goes down to the hellish planet to save the earth. So sometimes Krishna goes to hell even. So better go to hell than merge into the effulgence of Krishna, because Krishna is never personally there in that effulgence. So therefore the hellish planet is better than the even mukti. So here Prabhupada's finishing the purport that everything here is possible when one becomes a devotee of the Lord through the medium of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions. It means without going through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, the medium of Mahaprabhu and his instructions, nothing is possible. This is what is being said. Going through the medium of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions. Why? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give his seva. He came to give his own seva. This is the magnanimity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not considering who is fit or who is unfit. Take it. Here is it. Take the holy name. Take devotional service. He's come to give. Giving his own service. He is Krishna, Radha Krishna. Therefore, Mahabhadanaya, Namo Mahabhadanaya, Krishna Prema Pradayati. Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gaur. That he has come to give his own seva. So this is the greatness of Mahaprabhu. And in Kali Yuga, this is the only way. Otherwise, who can become purified from last life, from this life, and that way take shelter of Krishna after one is purified? No, Mahaprabhu is not considering the qualification, the disqualifications or the qualifications. Pious or impious, he's just giving the science of bhakti. So ambitious so that this ideal devotee who has awakened his love for Krishna, and he's performing all these activities which seem like ordinary activities, but he's performing them with devotion, with love for Krishna. This is the understanding of this pastime of Ambarish Maharaj. It's also Govardhana Puja. After Krishna they went begging food from the Brahmanas when Krishna and Balaram were hungry. Then after that pastime, then Krishna, he went back to the village and he saw Nanda Maharaj. He was performing a similar sacrifice. So Krishna said, "What are you doing, Nanda Baba? What are you doing?" So we're having a little sacrifice. He said, "What kind of sacrifice?" Nanda thought he's a little boy, he won't know all these intricacies. Krishna says, "No, you tell me, Daddy. Tell me what is this? Is it a Vedic system? Is it popular ceremony? Is it just local tradition?" "Oh, it's just Indra. We are doing some worship for Indra because he gives the rain. Rain makes the crops grow and the grains grow. Then we can, and grow grass, so we can feed the cows, and then we can get milk from the cows, and we cultivate. So we're respecting your Lord Indra. So we're doing this sacrifice just to please Lord Indra, so we get rain, so we can look after the cows nicely. Krishna said, not necessary to do that. Then Krishna was speaking like he was an atheist. Karma Mimamsa philosophy. That no, we just have to do our duty nicely. If you do your work nicely, you'll get the result. See, Indra, he's in charge of giving rain, but he gives rain on the ground where it's needed. He also gives rain in the ocean where it's not needed. So why worship Indra? He's giving rain anyways. Our relationship is with Govardhan Hill and the cows. What we have to do with this Indra. Better we do the sacrifice for Indra, for Govardhan and the cows. So finally they relented. Krishna, they always relented. Okay, how do you want this, perform this pastime? So then he explained in the whole ceremony, and there should be a big feast, and you worship the brahmanas and the cows first, then other living entities, even down to the untouchable living entities, the dogs, dog eaters. Everyone should be sumptuously fed on this day. Make no discrimination. But start with the brahmanas. So then they perform the ceremony of Govardhan Hill. And then Giriraj, Krishna, he assumed the form. The hill was there, and the form of Krishna he manifested was separate. It was another form, big form, like the hill. And then they were offering all the foodstuffs to him, mounds and mounds of rice and piles of chapatis and all different kinds of sabjis. And then they began the Annakut festival, feeding all these, offering all this to Krishna. And then Krishna, he assumed that form of mountain form, another form. And he was eating all of the prasadam. That pastime took place at the village of Aniyor. So he was calling, give me more, Aniyor. Bring more, give more. He was eating everywhere. And this was going on a long time, and different villages were hearing about what's happening. There's a big form of Krishna at the rock, and he's eating all of the bhogas that are being offered to him. So all the different villages from the neighborhood, they were coming and bringing all the food they had and bringing to Giriraj. And when they got there, they saw that it's true. There is a big form of Krishna, and he's eating all the prasadam. Wherever they were offering, he was putting his hands. He had so many hands. Wherever there were an offering, his hands was there, and he was eating. And they were astonished. Oh, we bought so much food. We heard about this festival. We bought so much food, but we didn't realize it. Now we're seeing with our eyes. And he's saying, Anyor, he's still hungry. We had some more food in our cupboard, in our pantry. We could have bought everything, but they were just talking like that, or even just thinking like that. They had some, and Krishna would put one of his hands and go to their village, go into their cupboard and take that food. just that thinking about it. And yes, and Krishna drank all the water of and ate all the foodstuffs. And everybody was happy, and they all got the Mahaprasad. Giriraj Mahaprasad ki jai. And then they circumambulated Govardhan Hill. And of course, Indra was very, very angry that why this little boy has taken my sacrifices, and he's just a talkative child. He was angry. He lost his sense because of his anger. So okay, I'll teach them a lesson. He must have been very, very angry because he actually wanted to kill the inhabitants of Vrindavan along with the cows. This is how anger acts sometimes. You even in a fit of anger, you can kill your most beloved person. So he wanted to actually destroy Vrindavan, the cows, and Krishna. So he sent the Samambhataka cloud and started to inundate the place. But Krishna then, he lifted up Govardhan hill, left hand, left finger. Okay, you can come under the shelter of Govardhan hill. It's like a big umbrella. Bring all your paraphernalia and your household animals and things like that. You can all take shelter. So everybody came, and Indra realized he had made a big mistake. So he called all the clouds back, he desisted. And in this way they observed the Anakut ceremony and chastised Indra. Krishna wanted to establish exclusive devotion to himself while he was here performing his pastime in Vrindavan. So he didn't really like to see Nanda Baba and the cowmen worshipping some demigod. So anyway, he was happy that they followed. So Giriraj, the identity of Giriraj is kind of very mysterious, because he is also known as Haridas Varya, the best of all the devotees, because he is the hill, he supplies grass for the cows and waterfalls for drinking. He knows how to please Krishna, therefore he is Haridas Varya. This verse apparently was spoken by Srimati Radharani. But anyway, devotees, somehow or another they're worshipping Krishna. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave his Govardhan Shila to Raghunath Das Goswami and instructed him on a very simple worship. But Mahaprabhu was saying that this Raghunath Das, when he worships Govardhan Shila, he sees directly the son of Nanda Maharaja. So this was his vision. Some people worship Giriraj as devotees, some people worship, this is Balaram Shila because it's whitish, this one is Radharani because it's golden color. They must have put their foot here. But anyway, according to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Raghunath Das, he saw directly the son of Nanda Maharaj Krishna. And when Mahaprabhu gave him that Shila, he said, this stone is the transcendental body of Lord Krishna, the transcendental form of Lord Krishna. So you should worship that stone with great eagerness. Great eagerness means Rag Bhakti. Jayapataka Maharaj said Govardhan is worshipped according to the principles of Rag Mag. Shalagram Shila is worshipped according to the principles of Pancharachiki Vidhi. So there's a difference in the worship and the worshipper. But Mahaprabhu said you should worship with faith and love and offer 8 manjaris, soft manjaris every day, and some sweet, some kind of sandesh, some gaja, and some flowers. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, in the opinion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Govardhan Shila from Govardhan Hill was directly the form of Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj. But however, it also says that Haridas Varya, that he is also the greatest servant of Krishna. So some devotees, they worship Govardhan as the best of all devotees. Others say he is both devotee and Krishna. He's such a great devotee, he becomes almost, Krishna accepts him almost equal. Just like Uddhava and Narad Muni, they are considered Haridas Varya, they're great devotees of him. Anyway, Raghunath Das Goswami, he directly saw the form of the son of Nanda Maharaj there. And he is our Prayojana Acharya, Raghunath Das. Or he's the Rasacharya at least. The Rasikacharya. He wrote the Govinda Lilamrita and the Chaitatamrita. So he sees the son of Nanda Maharaj there. And Srimati Radharani, she spoke this verse, Haridas Varya. But Radharani's latest incarnation is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Half Radha, half Krishna. So Mahaprabhu is the latest incarnation of Radha. And he tells how to worship. Mahaprabhu tells how to worship. As the son of, or he sees as the son of Nanda Maharaj. So the latest incarnation should be considered, the viewpoint should be considered. In the Raghunath Das Goswami's Raja Vilasha Stavavali, it says, it's quoted in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 1826, that when Nanda Maharaj was offering large quantities of food to Govardhan Hill, Krishna assumed the gigantic form and eagerly invited everyone to come and ask boons from him. Then, deceiving even Srimati Radharani, he ate up all the food offered there. Let me take shelter of the place known as Anukutta, where Lord Krishna enjoyed these pastimes. So Krishna assumed this gigantic form, the mountain, and he deceiving everyone, deceiving even Srimati Radharani. Radharani has a conjugal relationship with Krishna. How can she have a conjugal relationship with a rock, mountain? So Krishna, she was deceived. Krishna said, Raghunath said she was deceived. Like Krishna, when he assumed this form. So one conclusion we can understand is that those who worship Govardhan as Radharani or Haridas Varya, they are deceived persons, over-deceived person. Because Krishna deceived Radharani. So the followers of Haridas Varya, they're also deceived. Nice to be deceived by Radharani, of course. Okay, it's time for darshan. Shri Govardhan Puja ki jai, Giraj Maharaj ki jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol.